The relationship you have with yourself is absolutely everything. So my experience when I was going into this very dark place was because I realized something that, all of us love to fight ourselves. We love to fight who we are, that we haven't got a cool enough story, that we've got to fit in, that we've got to be loved on some level. Very few of us are fighting to love ourselves. When we fight to love ourselves, when we realize what our true essence is, and your true essence, I'm talking about the person that's there when you're driving down the road and you're just sitting with your thoughts. The person who's there who's like, this sucks. The person who's in life thinking, when is this party over? The person who's behind you, who, when you have a job and you're working really hard and it keeps you distracted, I've got to get up, I've got to go to the gym. Why? Because it's what I do. And I've got to buy groceries. Why? Because it's what I do. And then I've got to go and work today. Why? Because it's what I do. And all this stuff, all these processes, tick, 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 tick. It never allows you to just be you. Who is you? Who is that person behind all that? All these different identities, all these different jobs that we have to do to keep ourselves busy. Well, that person, your truest core, that is your true essence. And your true essence, whether you realize it or not, is you are the divine. You are all perfect. What happens is we put on all these labels and identities and it gets muffled out. And we don't think we're enough. We don't feel worthy. And all of you are worthy. The way you tap into your worthiness is your relationship with who you are. So a very simple thing you can do is, does anyone here have a voice in their head? Okay. Does anyone here have more than one voice in their head? Okay, I will call a doctor. No, okay, that's fine. Some people have one voice in their head, some people have loads of different voices in their head, right? And the voice in your head, it's kind of like your thumb on your hand. Like, it's you, but it's not you. If you think about all the times you really enjoy your life, all the times you're having the best amounts of fun, the voice isn't on. You're being present. You're just enjoying the moment. I was playing Street Fighter 2 last night. It's the one game I got really good at, and I just couldn't be bothered with video games after that. And I'll tell you what, when I'm on Street Fighter 2 playing as Dowsin, bring it on, all right? So anyway, Dowsin, right? So I'm batting, hitting the buttons. I'm not thinking about anything. I'm just present in that moment. The voice is gone. When I go to sleep at night, the voice disappears. I do not cease to be. Just because the voice goes, I do not cease to be. So although the voice is part of you, it is not you. You can exist without it, and you exist very happily without it. You got the voice because when you were young, you got into trouble, and you didn't want to get into trouble again. Because the thing is, when you're small and you're happy, you're just running around, you don't care about anything, and then you get scolded. You get some pain given to you. You think, I don't want that again. I'm not going to steal those cookies off the table. And so you don't. But then maybe you do. And you get in trouble again. You're like, this sucks. And then that voice appears. And the voice says, maybe don't take the cookies off the table. And because that voice comes up, it looks after you. And you don't take the cookies, and you keep experiencing the love. That's great. Okay. And you kind of make this little deal with your voice. Okay, voice, you look after me, and I'm going to do what you say. And the voice is like, awesome. And it's a great relationship up until about the ages of 7, 8, or 9. Then the voice starts becoming a bit self-critical. You shouldn't really do those things. You shouldn't really take the cookies. You're going to be naughty if you do that. And it starts to scold you. The voice starts to become not just the helper. It starts to give you put-downs. And starts to kind of just be a bit critical. And the reason it is critical is the voice in its own right realizes that it needs to be speaking to you to exist. So the voice kind of, like your thumb, it's part of you, but it's not you. And it needs to keep talking this dialogue, otherwise it will cease to be. So the biggest problem I see in self-improvement is most people are not masters of their voice. Their voice is the master of themselves. And when the voice is your master, you are its servant. And you're in a really difficult situation because you'll never, ever get off the journey. You're always going to be stuck on the journey until you master your voice. As you get older, your voice becomes more and more critical. And some people, their voice is their worst enemy, saying the worst things possible to it because it keeps it alive. So a little exercise I'd encourage you to do is instead of when your voice comes up and says things, says terrible things. Oh my God, that lady walked past and I said that terrible things, terrible thoughts came up. That guy looked at me. Look at his funny face. All those judgments. When the voice comes up and judges, replace it just with 3 words. And the words I'd like you to replace it with are, I love you. And that's your practice. I want you to replace the voice in your head just with the phrase, I love you. And repeat it. I love you, I love you, I love you. And the voice will say, yeah, but what's it? I love you. And then the voice will say, oh, you're doing really good at shut up, I love you.